Hello, Pokemon fans. This is Packonomics TCG here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing my first top 10 Pokemon video, and this is going to be sets to invest in by the end of 2021. So one of my main reasons for getting into the hobby was I always loved keeping sealed product. Packs that I didn't use, packs that weren't necessarily helpful that came in my tin that really helped me on a pretty strict budget get Pokemon products, but also have the ability that if I ever needed to sell Pokemon products to continue my hobby, I could. So one of the ways I did this was by putting sets that I thought would really rise in value, putting them in my closet for a rainy day. And when I was in high school, those sets ended up looking like legendary treasures, XY evolutions, sets that recently just became really coveted, and I just had a lot of packs of them. So without further ado, let's get into this list. First, I'm going to get into the criteria of what really makes up this list. My first main section was price and similar sets that were like it to kind of track the growth over time. Growth potential, what parts of that set really stand out that make it seem like something that would be able to grow over time, and the types of cards in the set that kind of relate to those previous two. Now, the current price I get from TCG Player, and I kind of want to go into the featured Pokemon and sets like that featured the Pokemon, as I said. The different price changes and who the types of sets appeal to. Sometimes it's collectors, sometimes it's players, sometimes it's people like me who want to keep it sealed. And then the cards that are in the set, the future to think, hey, if somebody's opening this pack, what's the card they're looking for? When somebody opens a base set pack, they look for that base set Charizard. But 20 years from now, if somebody opens a Vivid Voltage pack, what are they looking for? So now that I've gone over the criteria, without further ado, let's get into the list. First off, Shining Fates. So currently, Shining Fates is at a market price of $7.25. It's very similar to Hidden Fates or Shining Legends, which were both of the sets that came before it that had shiny cards in it, and was not necessarily a main series set, but it added on to cards and kind of gave you a whole different twist on collecting that wasn't necessarily playable, wasn't a main series set, as I said, but was a really well-coveted set. Usually had premium collections, usually had a lot more expensive products associated with it. So, Shining Fates is at $7.25. Hidden Fates is at $16.21, and that came out 2 years ago already. And Shining Legends, which came out 4 years from around October, was $30.35. So you can see really they've been jumping every 2 years around $15 or doubling in price. That's really good growth. Shining Fates right now is at $7. If 2 years, it's $15, and then an additional 2 years, it's $30 per pack. If you bought $35 worth of Shining Fates, which is 5 packs, you're kind of sitting at around $150. Now, what do I think the reason for this growth would be? I think the growth potential lies in the fact that there's a lot of nostalgia in this set. You have a shiny Charizard VMAX, people looking to really want to relive that, and a lot of people have sealed product of this. So I think the supply is really high, which means the demand for the immediate future will be pretty low. There's also the FOMO for the people who didn't want to pay above MSRP because of all the scalping, that they never got to open this stuff. So maybe later on, when they have a little more money or expendable income, or the hobby is a lot more for them, they'll be willing to pay and buy this pack. Now, the shiny cards and high pull rates and major chase cards always age well. People will always love to go back to those old EX sets and try and pull those really, really pretty good cards. Now, the risk for this is that, as I said, this was so heavily printed compared to Hidden Fates and Shining Legends. There was just so much of this product pumped out. You can see it in the quality of the cards, a lot of miscuts, a lot of issues in the packs, but nonetheless, I still think in the long run, these are packs that are going to age very well. And here are examples of the cards in the set. You have Charizard VMAX, shiny, really awesome card. They're the different pack arts down there. You have the black and gold Eternatus VMAX, which is not a super expensive single to buy, actually, but it could be considered a chase card in the long run. And then you have the amazing rares. Those were in Vivid Voltage, but also showed up in Shining Fates, which I think, those being in only 2 sets, they're really cool arts, could age pretty well too. Number 9 on the list is going to be Fusion Strike. it's priced very similar to Unified Minds and Phantom Forces, in my opinion. The market price pre-market, since the set's not out yet, is $5.72. The alternate arts, Mew, Gengar, all pretty good favorites, and new mechanics also kind of throws a twist into it. So Unified Minds, which is around 2 years old, a little over that, $9.03 2 years later. And Phantom Forces, which is a whopping 7 years old now, which I can't really believe, is $30 for a pack. The growth potential, in my opinion, is based on the playability of the set beyond the collecting of alternate arts. I think alternate arts is Pokemon's way of saying, hey, you can play the game for super cheap. We'll give you the VMAXs. We'll give you the Vs. But that really coveted special card, more so than a Rainbow Rare, you got to work for that one. And so the set will come down to printing, whether there's a lot printed or not a lot printed, and whether people will have to chase the Gengar VMAX alternate art or the Mew VMAX alternate art, whether they have to chase that stuff or not. Here are some of the cards. I like this Greedent personally. It's just a cool looking card. He's getting carried around by the Skovitz with his mound of berries that's connected to the tree. You have a dancing Genesect really tearing up the dance floor, and a Mew hanging out with a lot of other Pokemon. And so I just think this set's going to be a really big collector set, and of course anyone loves their Gengars will always be chasing after sets like this. Now number 8, I have Sword and Shield base. The market price for this is really, really low right now. It's $3.87, which is below MSRP, which is always an opportunity to make some profit in the long run. Great gold cards in the set, and it's a start of a block. So let's compare the last 2 start of the blocks. Sun and Moon, which was printed similarly and is a little bit, it's 5-ish years old. It's only $4.75 a pack, which is also a pretty good deal right now. XY's $42 a pack. So they do age, and then Black and White is around $60. So I don't know if Sun and Moon or Sword and Shield will ever age like X and Y and Black and White do. But could they eventually go up to $10, $15? And for how little you're paying for them, that's really good for any kind of pack growth. And then this is a very, very long run product at a low price. So you can buy 3 or 4 of these for the price that you might be able to buy 1 Shining Fates or 1 of the sets we're going to cover a little later. Good secret rares. The chase card in this, hands down, would be the Marnie Full Art and the Marnie Hyper Rare. And region sets have aged well in the past. We'll have to see, and time will tell about Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield base. So there's the Marnie, the 2 gold dogs, Zamazenta and Zacian. Metal Saucer, Quick Ball, both playable cards in the set, but those wouldn't be too hard to buy as singles either. Now, number 7, let's get into Team Up. Team Up's an interesting set, considering it didn't come out too long ago. It is quite expensive for a pretty modern set. So it's $16.10 for a pack. It was the introduction of alternate arts, and there's no real easy comparison to what this set brought to the Pokemon trading card game. It really brought a new mechanic. It brought alternate arts, tons of secret rares, full art trainers that people collected. It's really, really a pretty crazy set that led to what the Pokemon card game is now. And the only comparison I have is Heart Gold Soul Silver Unleash, just because of the alternate arts and the legend cards being somewhat similar. This was an underproduced set in regards to what we're dealing with now, so this set has a lot of fan favorites, Gengar, Snorlax, Eevee, all on tag team cards, and not a lot of people own sealed versions of the set compared to, let's call it, Shining Fates, or anything in the Sword and Shield block. Now, there are the Team Up packs. You have Pikarom also, I can't believe I forgot that one. And you have these alternate arts like Latios, which is just a really awesome, cool card, beautiful art. Collectors will love it. Now let's get into number 6, Unified Minds. So Unified Minds was the, I want to say, second or third, I can't remember if Unbroken Bonds or Unified Minds came first, set in this tag team block. It's currently $9.03 a pack. I compare this to Forbidden Light and Phantom Forces. Again, always having Darkrai, Mewtwo, Mew, Gardevoir, different Pokemon like that. Does really age well. Forbidden Light's at about $9.49. Phantom Force is about $30.15. I'm not really sure where the direction would go. It's definitely based on chase cards. Mewtwo, Mew, Darkrai, Giratina, Garchomp. The main cards in the set that you'd really go after. And there it is also, Mega Sableye and Tyranitar, Mewtwo, Mew. There's also Dragonite in that set. So all around a pretty cool set, but... Oh, Deoxys and Espeon also is there. I did forget about them. And Darkrai, Umbreon. So evolutions in that set, also important. Now, we're breaking the top 5 now. Number 5 is Unbroken Bonds. Market price, $10.75. Sets I'd compare it to, XY Flashfire and Burning Shadows. Burning Shadows at about $8.03. It's already past that. And Flashfire at about $56.57. Really good value in the set. Potentially a slow growth period. I don't think it's going to get to Flashfire numbers in a year, but do I think it could get to Flashfire numbers in 5 years, 6 years? Yes. Flashfire was 7 years ago. It's at about $56. So if you bought that at MSRP, it's more than 10 times your value. I'm thinking Unbroken Bonds will be the same thing on the same timeline, even though their production for that whole Sun and Moon era is weird. Some sets were produced out of the park, and then some sets were so underproduced in comparison. So it's a huge set for collectors because of all the full art trainers, and it's also a really good set for alternate arts. So there are some of the trainers: Green's Exploration, Red's Challenge, Welder, Reshiram, Charizard, Rainbow Rare. Just awesome cards that any collector would be really happy to have in their binder. Number 4, we have Champion's Path. Now, for $7.13, this compares to sets like Dragon's Majesty and Generations. This was definitely difficult to get your hands on at the time that it came out. It's become a little more available recently. It has great chase cards, and compared to some older sets, it's more in print, but it did come out during a tough time to find Pokemon cards. I know when Champion's Path first came out, you weren't finding it anywhere. So Shiny Charizard V is in the set, and Rainbow Rare Charizard V Max does make this one of the better and a little bit overlooked sets in the Sword and Shield era. Now, there's the Rainbow Rare. You also have Rainbow Rare Piers and the Shiny Charizard V, which is a beautiful card. Now, number 3, we have Vivid Voltage. This is a market price of $4.80. I compare it to Sun and Moon Lost Thunder, which is a November 2018 set, so it's only been 3 years since that set. And I think this has a little more upside than Lost Thunder because it's a unique set with amazing rares, but not a lot of chase cards besides the Pikachu and the full art trainers, preferably Leon and Nessa. So the major upside is the lower price. Everyone kind of wants a Chunky Chew VMAX Rainbow Rare. And it was overlooked a lot when it came out because it came out just around the time where a lot of other sets were coming out. Champion's Path, if I remember correctly, there was another special set that kind of came out during that time. And it really wasn't coveted as much as the previous set, Darkness Ablaze, and the sets that came after it with Battle Styles and Chilling Reign. And it was also printed way less than the rest of them. And it's had some reprints recently. It'll run into the same problems that some of the other sets had once it gets reprinted, where the value might drop. But I don't think enough people got their hands on this set up front that it'll have that huge of a dip. So some of the cool cards in this set are the Amazing Rares, which I think are beautiful cards for collectors in the long run. Nessa and the Chunky Chew VMAX Rainbow Rare. Now, number 2 is a little bit more expensive of a set. It's Cosmic Eclipse. The market price is $15.08, but you usually really won't find a pack for under $16. I compare this a lot to XY Evolutions. It was kind of that capping off the whole block. So Evolutions and Legendary Treasures, which is the same thing. So Evolutions is 6 years now, and it's about $15. It was printed very heavily and thrown in every little box and product for the entire Sun and Moon block. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. But Legendary Treasures was not, it was not put in a lot of things. It was in its own standalone products, and that was functionally it. And 8 years-ish from now, it's almost $70 a pack for Legendary Treasures. So this is a pretty high price, and this is one of the few that I will say guaranteed value. It is a great set for collector, and it's a great set for overall just having value. And I'll show you why. You had so many awesome full art trainer and tag team trainers. You had alternate arts, rainbow rares, awesome tag team cards with N, Reshiram, Zekrom, Solgaleo, Lunala, and Lily, and just so much more. You had ADP. There you have, even on the arts, you'll see them all. And then you had this whole set of trainers with their Pokemon, like this Gallade. And I think there was about like 12 or 15 of them. And they're just gorgeous cards. And I think these trainer cards are what makes this set really special. I know they're going to do it with the whatever the equivalent of VMAX Climax will be in the United States. I'm not sure what that'll be yet. And I think that'll be another great set once we hear about it. But Cosmic Eclipse, I think, is a set that'll hold its value. It was underprinted compared to modern set terms, and it was not easy to get. So Cosmic Eclipse, if you can get your hands on it, I know it's a little expensive, but having a pack or two or an art set will really go a long way in the long run, because I think people will look at the cards in this set and think there's a really, really good chance that if they open these sets later on, like, they might pull something really cool. And before we get into the last set, if you leave a comment and subscribe and like to this video, tell me what sets you think should have been in the top 10. Tell me if you don't agree with my sets, or tell me if you really think I'm full of it. But let's get into the last set. Last set, I don't think this would be a surprise for everyone, Evolving Skies. So let's talk about this set. The market price is $5.36. Usually you won't find Evolving Skies packs out there at stores for any less than $6 or $7, unless it's MSRP stores, if you're shopping at LGSs, I mean. Roaring Skies, which is the last set with the XY series set with a Rayquaza. $14.42 for a Roaring Skies pack. And then Celestial Storm was $9.35, and that was Rayquaza GX. This is collectors galore. And it'll be a guaranteed set to grow over time. Great set for collectors, great set for players, opened or sealed. The cards that are open will hold value, and I mean more the alternate arts, full arts, those kinds of cards. And evolutions galore. What else can I say? People have such affection for their EVs and their evolutions. They all have their own favorite. The alternate arts, all the cool, beautiful cards that come in this set, you really can't go wrong. And let's look at some of those. You have Evolving Skies packs over there. You have Rayquaza V, alternate art, just an awesome card. Sylveon VMAX and Glaceon VMAX, and we all know everyone loves their Umbreon and all these other cards. I really think this set's value is going to be one of the better ones in recent history. If you can scrounge up the money to be able to do it, a booster box of this set will go a really, really, really long way. So that's my list. That's my top 10 sets to buy in 2021. I want to hear what you guys think. First off, I had Evolving Skies, Cosmic Eclipse, Vivid Voltage, Champion's Path, Unbroken Bonds, Unified Minds, and Team Up at 7. 8 was Sword and Shield base, 9 was Fusion Strike, and 10 was Shining Fates. So thank you guys. If you made it to the end of the video, let me know in the comment section below. Tell me if you agree with me or not. This has been Packonomics TCG. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and good luck finding Pokemon cards out there in the wild.